the journey ended, so what's next? Well, we want you to spread the word about the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So the Sustainable Development Goals are the SDGs, and 194 countries signed an agreement to work towards these goals, and they're called The Future We Want. And everyone has one that they feel passionate about. For example, I feel passionate about ending poverty, so I'll just read off all of them. First one, no poverty. Second, zero hunger. Third, good health and well-being. Fourth, quality education. Fifth, gender equality. Sixth, clean water and sanitation. 7, affordable and clean energy. 8, decent work and economic growth. 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. And 10, reduce inequalities. 11, sustainable cities and communities. 12, responsible consumption and production. 13, climate action. 14, life below water. 15, life on land. 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. And 17, the partnerships for the goals. And so we want you guys to start doing something to help. And thank you for coming.
Thank you for giving this wonderful presentation. You are unbelievable. At your age, grown-ups cannot do what you have been doing.
Thank you. Do you have any questions?
One.
Yes.
I hear that one reason they covet blonde
She is so mature.
from America is that touching blonde hair brings them luck. Did anybody try to touch your blonde hair?
No, but they were very interested. They would just like look at me and point at me like people in the store would just come up to me and hold up their phones and say, like, get in a picture, because they're really interested in
They're
what.
very unique.
Yeah.
Tell us more about your travels.
Tell them about the how long the flights were.
Getting there was around 21 hours, and we had our first flight was 6 hours to Seattle, Washington, which it wasn't so bad because it was only the first flight. The second flight was very long, like 12 hours, and that was from Seattle all the way to Shanghai, China. So we slept on the plane, and it was very long. And then we had.
Was there any babies crying on that flight?
Oh yeah, there were so many babies crying. They were like, wah, wah. And then there was always somebody sick, coughing a lot.
Yep, we had that too.
And then we had one more flight after that, well, that was 3 hours to Chengdu, our destination, which we were just really tired because it was around 1 in the morning when we arrived. And then on the way back, we went Shanghai to Beijing, which was only like
Chengdu to Beijing.
Chengdu to Beijing, which was 3 hours. But then we went Beijing to Detroit, Michigan. That was the 13-hour. That was very long again. And then we had Detroit to Tampa, yeah. And yeah, it was very long flights, but.
Can you drink the water in China?
Well, we had to get shots before because you can get really sick there because the water, like the cold, fresh water, like with ice, cold water you cannot drink because we're not used to it, like our body's not used to it, and it's not really clean. So we could not drink cold water. We had to drink either hot water or you could get like a soda, or bottled water, but you just can't get ice or tap water.
I think Tom had a question.
Yeah, did you ever get a chance to see the panda bears when they came to Tampa at Busch Gardens?
No.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Somebody actually mentioned that while we were
there
there.
was once pandas in Tampa.
Yeah,
I
'Cause
think that was before she was born.
it was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think the Busch Gardens would be interested in, meeting her and seeing this presentation.
that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I like it.
Maxwell?
Do you like the Chinese food or do you like American Chinese food better?
The Chinese food is very different. It's mostly weird meats like chicken feet, cow tongue, or they have a whole fish with its eyes still in it. But I didn't eat that. I mostly ate rice, just plain rice. But we could not eat raw vegetables or salad because they were cleaned in water. So we had to have boiled or cooked vegetables. So we had to be careful about what we were eating. But I like their food, but I like American Chinese food better because it has it has regular it has chicken. It doesn't have duck and sheep and all that stuff.
Was it goose or duck that they had?
Oh, they had duck, lamb, and just different meats. Any more questions?
Are the children less spoiled than they are here? Are they very
The children
poor
are very
and
disciplined.
have to obey in a different
Yeah.
way?
Yeah, they're very disciplined in the school. At our school, when the teacher says, "Everyone be quiet," everyone keeps talking. So, and then there, if the person says, "Stop talking," they'll just quiet. Yeah, they'll be like,
It's quiet, right?
yes.
I found it interesting about everybody was very quiet. You couldn't hear other conversations. People are more gregarious and loud here. And over there, everyone was kind of hushed and quiet. Most are wearing black clothes. You don't see the flashy clothes that you might see here. And that was, I couldn't believe it when we landed in Detroit and we were in line for the passports. It caught me off guard because I could hear people being really loud, like we are here. And we were used to it being kind of subdued and quiet and disciplined like it was over there the whole time.
So, thank you for coming, and if you want, we can show you the money. It's called UN, and these bills are 1 UN, and so we have 2 UN here, and 1 UN is equal to around 14 or 15 cents here. So when they say something is 21 UN, it's only $3. So when we had a meal called hot pot, which is when they put a bunch of things in this pot in the middle of the table, and you just take some on your plate, in your bowl, it was really good. So we had 3 people, it was me, my dad, and one of the winners from London. It was 99 UN or something, but American, it was only around $13. So that was pretty cheap for 3 people. And then also, with the money situation, when they saw that we were tourists and we were American, they would make us pay more. So
That meal that was 98 or 99 UN, the woman said 81 UN, and me and the other guy were like, what? $10? And she goes, 99 UN. She raised the price up, which was only another $1 to us. For 3 people, it was a pretty cheap meal.
And when we were in a store, we were seeing t-shirts, and we saw on the price tag, like for tourists, it was like 220 yuan. And then when our Chinese translator guy went up to her, he asked in Chinese, "How much is this?" She said 150 yuan. So it was a big difference that we had to pay more money because they knew that we didn't really know their money system as well. So we can.
One more thing. So the UN is trying to promote these sustainable development goals through this thing, and so Maddie and I are reaching out to local media and talking to people like you all, and the UN sent me an email and said it's not guaranteed, it's a long shot, but we really are trying to get her on Good Morning America. So we hope for that to happen, but it will be a long shot.
She deserves
She
it.
went to do great.
She's great.
And like I said, I got this hat in China, and this sweatshirt says the charm of China, the cradle of pandas. And this is one hat that my dad got. And it's a panda face, and then it has the body in the back. And one more thing we like to show you is how we know a little Chinese.
Okay.
So we can speak some Chinese for you.
Okay, go ahead. You start.
Ni hao,
你好, Ma.
我很好，你呢？
我很好，你呢？
谢谢。
谢谢。
Wait, okay, and that. Well, I'll do one more thing.
Okay.
你会说英语吗？
Bushi.
So that meant, hi, how are you? I said, I'm good. And you? Like, how about you? And he said, I am good. And then I said, he said, thank you for asking. And I said, thank you. And then I said, this is, 你会说英语吗? Means, do you speak English? So this was helpful, so we could ask them, do they speak English? And he said, no. But we also had a translator app on our phone, so